What is up, bros? Josh here, and today's video is all about Ranked Sprint Season 2, and just let's get this out of the way. Yes, I am playing the Krasny Krem. I'm ranked out in purely the Krasny Krem this season. We are challenged by chat, so, you know, when chat challenges you, you just have to do it. So we actually ranked out on both accounts again this season, one using a bit of a mix between a Nelson and a Texas on the alt account, and then we use purely the Krasny Krem on the main account to kind of just have a little bit of fun. I do want to talk about kind of just overall how fun this season is, and kind of talk about what the main purpose of this and kind of what I expect to go forward on this. We've kind of talked about this in the main video, but since this was a different format of being 8v8 instead of 6v6, there's kind of some more things to touch on. First of all, I still think Ranked Sprint is amazingly fun. I think this is probably the most fun I've had in a long time when it comes to World of Warships. I'm one of those weirdos that just does kind of like ranked battles, but I have hated that it's been purely tier 10 for so long. So having these lower tier and kind of less serious game modes to kind of just spend some time with, have fun, play some goofy ships, and just watching the madness that is low tier, you know, low tiers, that this has been a massive like palate cleanser. It's been so much fun, and I really hope this becomes a future game mode by itself, and we see a lot more of this coming in the future. Just this less stressful, more fun game modes. I talk about this all the time on stream, that World of Warships is in a massive need for fun game modes because we just get this kind of quote-unquote competitive game mode slammed down our throat. So having fun things to do in game is a much needed and much overdue thing in this game. But let's kind of get to the main point of what Ranked Sprint is. So Ranked Sprint, if you guys haven't really noticed, is Ranked Sprint is basically just a test to see if divisions of 2 will work in ranked battles. That's basically what this entire test is, and if it'll work better in an 6v6 format or an 8v8 format. And with the 8v8, again, there's some kind of surprising things that I saw throughout this entire thing. And one of the main things is just a massive lack of divisions. I think in 6v6 early, there is a decent amount. You maybe see 1 or 2 sets a game. But really going forward in this season, especially solo queuing, I think I saw divisions in maybe 25% of my games in the 8v8s. And that's one division. I don't think there was ever a game this entire season of, I think it took us 30 games to rank out in the Krasny Krem. I don't think there was ever in a game where there was like 3 divisions or 2 divisions. So obviously, one, that's a pretty big red flag if you're asking the question, hey, are these, will it work when it comes to ranked season? And no one's even really using it. So one, going forward, I don't think divisions 1 need to be in ranked battles. I don't think they'll end up being in ranked battles, and I don't think they'll end up really having an impact on ranked battles because I just don't think they'll ever be added. Although I do for the main ranked battle system. So for Ranked Sprint, though, I hope they take this idea and kind of run with it. And what I mean by that is I hope they turn this into its own game mode. I think this is a lot of fun. It was very kind of relaxing, and it was fun to just play with a friend if you wanted to. I think this is a fantastic idea. Again, when I talk about just the fun aspect of the game, I think this is fantastic. So I think going forward, the main game mode won't have divisions just because I don't think it's needed. And 2, I think that if they do continue on Ranked Sprint, I think it's fine here because it's so carefree and kind of has no real kind of impact. If you lose a game, it's no big deal. There's so many irrevocables, there's so many things to kind of just chillax and have fun. But if they do want to keep it forward, I do feel like divisions are going to work better in the 8v8. I feel like a 6v6, one, I enjoyed solo queuing in 6v6 a lot more. Obviously, your one player is going to have much more of an impact. You can carry more, and I felt like if you played divisions in the 6v6, there was just one div with the 2 right ships is just absolutely nuts, and you could basically carry the entire game with one division. One good battleship could take out like 2 battleships by itself. One good destroyer could absolutely slaughter DDs. So the divisions in the 6v6 obviously had a massive impact on the game. In 8v8 they tended to not have it. Personally, I enjoyed, and as we lose both our TDs extremely fast, that's just part of the ranked battles. We're about to get into our Atlanta spot and do what we can here. But yeah, I think the divisions overall worked much better. Just a little tap for us, playing Krasny Krem. Nice little double sit, so feels bad, man. I think divs do work in the 8v8 if they're going to keep that kind of format better. Just a nice little kill for us right there. Better than the 6v6. I just think divisions just have so much impact in the game, and it's fine to have that, I guess, but they're going to have less impact in the 8v8. Again, it's tier 5. It's a very very premium heavy tier, so that's kind of its own little thing to kind of talk about. But overall, I just don't really see the real reason for having divisions, and if there are, it's going to be 6v6. They're going to have way too much control, and if it's 8v8, I think it might be all right, but I think it's just going to stick with overall being its own game mode. And yes, our Omaha was launching Torps from back there, so there's not much you can do, and this is in the quote-unquote the better bracket. But this is the kind of the charm of ranked sprint. And what I mean by that is it's just such madness. It's such madness. All your DDs die in the first couple minutes, cruisers sail broadside, and you just kind of have fun doing that. You know, I don't tend to play low tiers even in random battles that much, but when I do, it's just such a hilarious, kind of nostalgic cluster of just World of Warships. You can't call it anything other than just like, this is World of Warships. This is just, you can't take it serious, and you just have a good time playing it. So again, I hope that they take this and kind of run with it. I would love to see them do this idea with multiple things. Remember in a later video, or a past video, I talked about this potentially being an idea that they could take for clan battles, like Clan Battle Sprint. They're kind of doing a cross test right now for the cross servers, where they are testing across the way, and it's basically a shorter season. You get more rewards, or the rewards are kind of mediocre, but you just get things quicker. And I like this idea. I think this is very fun, because a lot of people, one, don't play ranked battles because of how serious and how much time it takes, and you know, or don't want to get flamed in chat, or the toxicity. It's known as being the salt mine. Same with clan battles. Clan battles take a lot of time and coordination to play with. But if they, instead of a 7v7, maybe if a clan could do 4v4 or 5v5, that they could potentially do that with having more times to play. I think this game mode, or this kind of premise of game modes, is kind of fantastic, and I think is something that World of Warships should take and just run with, because I think it's a fantastic thing, and I really did enjoy it. I would love to see what you guys think down below, and what you guys thought about Sprint, if you guys like Sprint, and if you like 6v6 or 8v8 more. I would really be interested to see what you guys liked more, and I guess let me know if you actually divisioned or not, because that would be interesting too. I really am both the seasons, so we ranked out on both of my accounts, both seasons, and the number of divisions was alarmingly low. So obviously, with it being a test for that, basically you look at the test and you say, well, no one's going to use them anyway. I use that as a blanket statement. No one's really using them, so why even add them? I think that's what Wargaming is going to basically look at and just kind of go off of, because in the end, you know, if no one's going to use it anyway, why even worry about adding? And I think a lot of people that probably talk about, man, I wish I could play with a friend, didn't really even end up doing it. It was actually very surprising to me how few people actually used it. When I did play during the first season, I did play with the division on all the games. It was pretty much us versus one division the entire time, and a lot of the times it ended up being the same division. So in the end, I feel like ranked should keep its charm about the main game mode, keep its charm about being this no division randomness that is ranked, and you know, continue to be the salt mine, if you want to call it that, or whatever. But this, though, I feel like this is a fantastic idea, and they can kind of make their own rules going forward with this sprint version. So I really hope Wargaming does. But anyways, tier 5, though, that's one thing too, is that's kind of gotten some grief, is just the pure amount of ships that were good, and the ships that were good are basically all premium ships, not really included in the Krasny Krym. So that's kind of a downside at the same time. An idea that was kind of interesting that was brought up on stream was if you could just Wargaming basically allow a rental system when it comes to ranked season, because when you talk about ranked and you talk about tiers, there's basically a red light and a red flag, I guess is a better way of saying it. A red flag for a premium ship kind of being too strong for that tier. Tier 5, you have the Krasny Krem, you have the Kamikazes, Minakazes, you know, Fujins. You have those clones. You have the Julius Caesar, which is the Tier 5 battleship. You have the Gremmy. You know, you have these ships that tend to just be straight up better than the others, and that's just at Tier 5. So then you have Tier 6. The T-61 is a premium ship that basically outdoes almost all the other destroyers. And you have Tier 7, you know, obviously the Belfast, Saipan, you know, these other ships. Something that was kind of interesting going forward is if they continue to do this, is allowing some kind of rental system, about just allowing, if you want to, have a system where you can rent any of just basically making all the premium ships available, but you do them on like a rental period, basically. So you go in, and if you want to play that premium ship, yeah, you pay some doubloons, but you can play that random ship or that premium ship all season. And you can only play it in that ranked mode. So a bit of a bummer here with only our 377 life. I was trying to slow down, but I need this rock. Actually, I found out that the Krasny Krem was actually pretty solid at being a support ship. It wasn't a carry ship by any means, but it was a really good support ship. You would smash DDs and just light a ton of fires, and I basically just played it like a pseudo Atlanta. So everyone kind of laughs, and this is a bit of a meme ship, but actually had a lot of fun with this ship, and that's one thing that was actually kind of cool too, is since it was so less serious when it came to this game mode, you could really just mess around and play whatever you wanted. It didn't really matter. I know that I was talking to another content creator, and we were kind of joking about using the Jinwei, the Pan-Asian DD, which is known as being one of the worst kind of destroyers for the tier. Obviously it would be for this with only deep water torps, but you can take it less seriously and not like really worry about being try hard. And the Krasny Krem was perfect. It was a different ship. No one played it. I think I played against one out of all of my games. And I was like, kind of get out of my swamp. This is my area. But it's fun not having to, like, you don't have to go try hard. I went try hard the first season and then just messed around the second season, and it was just fun. I can't say it's fun enough. There's probably a fun counter, and it's just a ton. But you do also get your Camelus Omahas that just charge in. So shout out to the Camelus Omaha. I think that did that twice at that point. We end up killing the Furataka, and we're end up going to get this kill as well. So this was kind of a back and forth battle too. Again, my main thoughts are, one, I don't feel like normal ranked is going to be affected at all. And I feel like, if anything, this might become its own thing. I feel like it was very popular. Yes, the rewards are kind of mediocre, but overall, I just feel like it's a good game mode to have fun with, and I feel like that's what Wargaming needs. 6v6 or 8v8, I really enjoyed the 6v6 a lot more. 8v8 was kind of a bit more of a bummer when you add that many people. Your individual play and your basically your, I guess, ability to carry is so much less that it's just not really fun. The 6v6 was a lot more fun, and those games are quicker, and I think that's kind of what you want as ranked sprint. For the rewards of ranked sprint, I actually think they're fine. The amount of time that it actually takes you to get rank 1 if you're actually doing it, with the there being so many irrevocable ranks, being so many extra extra stuff going on, you don't really need anything else. I was able to get submissions done, and I think overall the rewards are pretty good. I remember when I first talked about ranked sprint, we talked about adding some extra rewards or some more coal. Really, I do think the rewards are fine, and you're basically just going out there and having fun. One, I hope we see this going forward. As you can see, I'm really happy to rank out in the Krasny Krem. It took us a while. But I really do enjoy ranked sprint. I think it was a fun thing, and I think it's something they should add outside of ranked. Leave ranked how it is. Continue to play other tiers in normal ranked. God, please don't make it tier 10 anymore. And have this to be kind of a less serious thing to just fill in the gaps of downtime and give us something to do. But anyways, guys, that's my review on ranked season. I think there's a couple days left on season 2, so good luck to everybody out there. This one being 8v8. Want to make a quick kind of recap. We got done with a pretty, as a lot of people call it, a crappy ship, and we had a lot of fun doing it. And we did it live on stream. So anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of ranked sprint, if you guys like 8v8, 6v6, and if you divisioned or not. I'm interested to see what you guys give me some feedback with. But anyways, guys, that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.